Happy Sunday people, welcome to the second instalment of my YouTube channel. This video, I want to take you through a day in the life of my rest day, but more importantly I want to take you through my transformation. So as you can probably see by the title and the thumbnail, the clickbait thumbnail, this is my just under 4 year transformation of how I went from looking like this to looking like this. I know, massive change. How the fuck did I do that? Well, I'm going to tell you. So I'm not just going to make this a boring YouTube video as well, where I just talk voiceover and show you photos. I'm going to take you through a day in the life of my rest day as well, what I eat, what I do on a rest day. That's pretty boring to be fair, but it spices up the video a bit. Anyway, so let's just get into the nitty gritty of it. So my name's Gareth, as you probably know. I'm 26-year-old, I live in Scotland, a place called Bo'ness. I live with my wife Jessica Buchan and my dog Max. Max, come here. Since he's bothering me, this is Max the dog. Hello. He sits like a human. I've lived here all my life. I'm never moving, to be fair. I'd move abroad. But anyway, so let's just jump into the part. So I'll take you all the way back. So essentially, grew up in Bo'ness, 16 years living with my mum and dad, had a normal childhood, nothing bad. I was athletic, I played football, never lifted weights, I was pale, ginger and skinny, never had any muscle. Apart from my legs, I've always had big legs. I used to get called Thunder Thighs at school. I have no idea how, genetics. But anyway, I was bottom heavy, up top I had no muscle whatsoever. Still don't have that much muscle up top as well, to be fair, but it is by the by. So anyway, played football all my days, pretty athletic, never lifted weights, never did anything it would require resistance training or anything like that. I was always fast when I played football as well. I was always speedy. But anyway, played up until 16, never to a really high level. When I was 16, I moved out and I got a flat with due to family circumstances, I got a flat with one of my best mates. And well, spent the next 4 or 5 years of my youth eating loads of shit, drinking, partying, well, just doing essentially what I should have been doing. Right? I'm not going to say it's a bad thing because that's what you should be doing at that age. You've got to live a little. Right, I realised one day we went on holiday to Greece and I looked like this, and it was a state. Apologies for the half naked photo. And I decided, right, I need to sort this out pronto. So I went on a 7-month 1500 calorie diet. It was tough and I shouldn't have done it. It was not great. By the end of it, I looked like death. People were worried about me. I got to that shape where people were actually like going, is Gareth okay, is Gareth well? Like people were thinking I was anorexic and I had an eating disorder. But anyway, this is what I look like. No muscle, pure skinny. Put a couple of photos up, but it wasn't great to be fair. But anyway, so at that time I was working in a bank, working for Lloyds and pensions, 9 to 5. It was okay at the time, but you know what I mean, I just took my food in. I did bits and bobs in the gym. I used the gym at the work, but it was never anything exciting. And probably the last month of my aggressive diet, I actually did go to the gym and start to not follow proper training, but actually start lifting some weights. And that takes me on to where the journey actually begins. So I'm going to go and eat my first meal because I am starving, so I'm going to go and have creamy rice. It is a rest day. Right, I'm a hypocrite. First video, and if anyone follows me on Instagram, they'll see that I always talk about creamy rice, making it in the form of plain rice flour, because it's just rice blended. If you follow Matt Strong on Instagram, he actually just blends his rice, which is fine to be fair, but essentially, I used to have just rice flour. Is that going to focus? It is now. So, I went against my will and I decided to try the bodybuilding warehouse millionaire shortcake stuff, which I swear to God, this is a fucking game changer. Like, it's just pure creamy rice with some flavourings, but Jesus, like, it's flavoured so well. So this is the millionaire shortcake flavour. I have 2 creamy rice meals a day, so I'm going to have one of these a day. And I've got the red velvet flavour as well, which I've not tried yet, so I can't really judge this yet, but yeah, I eat my own words. It was a fucking disaster, but it's brilliant. I'm going to interrupt it. I'm going to talk about creamy rice quickly, because I'm just going to give you all the tips. So I'm dieting on prep, which you've probably seen in the last video, so creamy rice tip. I'm not the king of making it, I'll be honest, right? But I always get the question, how much water do you put in it? I don't count how much water I put in it, I just kind of put it under the sink. But if you are dieting and you're hungry, more water volumes it up, soaks it up. If you're bulking and you're eating cream and ice, less water, pretty simple. So before I talk about the next bit, I'm going to do a live taste test of this, because I eat my own words in terms of the creamy rice being red velvet. So it's red velvet, 80 grams of red velvet creamy rice, 60 grams of Choctailla Perform Whey, 200 grams of frozen cherries, some caramel spread and some biscuit spread. So you can see that. It's lovely. So I'm just got to do a first live taste test. So it could be shit. The millionaire shortcake with stuff is lovely. Stand by. Nah, it's good. Oh, it's good. Let's try it with a bit of biscuit. Oh, it's an 8 out of 10. Millionaire shortcake is better, but this shits on normal ground rice. The flavour mixes so well with whey as well, it doesn't like overpower it. Fuck, creamy rice just got tainted on all level. Sure, it's Bodybuilding Warehouse I bought it from. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, so just go on bodybuildingwarehouse.com and buy it. I'm sure other places sell it as well. It's relatively cheap. But anyway, I'm going to eat this, then I'll come back after this and I'll talk about the next part of my transformation. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm dieting, but this is so creamy. Like, it is. Wow, honestly, unbelievable. However, I always make a good point. Never ever really judge someone's taste buds when they're dieting or in a prep, because it's completely different. Everything tastes like egg whites taste like cheesecake. So I'll be honest there. So you need to try it. If you're gaining or you're eating a lot of food, try it and see if it's just as good. But fuck me, it's lovely. Part 2. Holy shit, I look orange. This is 100% real, by the way, not fake. Melanotan is a thing. But anyway, part 2. So where did I get to? We talked about obviously me getting really skinny, looking like this. So what happened after that? Well, a funny thing happened. So this was back in 2017, I'm sure. 2018. I watched a programme, a police programme, one of these police interceptor ones, the one where they chased traffic cops. I watched a couple of episodes and I thought, I fancy that, you know. That sounds quite good, chasing people and just getting to do that for a living. Never ever wanted to be a policeman in my life, by the way. I kind of always hated them, but anyway. I applied and I got in first time, and then I realised, oh shit Gareth, you're in the police and you are like 8 stone soaking wet. I was 140 pounds, built like the gable end of a fiver, and I never really had much to me, so I decided, right, I'm going to start putting on a bit of size. So I went in my first gaining phase while at the police college or academy, whatever you want to call it. Went through all that and I got to like this. Wasn't really much muscle, but it was more than I had, and it's your first gaining phase, and are you doing it properly? I don't know, I was eating food and lifting weights, so I did what any kind of amateur should do. Then me and the missus booked a holiday to Tenerife, and decided, right, I'm going to get lean for that. So I dieted for about 12 to 14 weeks, I can't remember, something like that. And that was had been summer 2018. We went away July 2018, and I got this lean, not lean really, I got abs. I was pretty happy with that. And I came home, I said, right, I'm going to spend some time putting on size. I was going to spend 2 years putting on size. But we got home and we booked a wedding. I hate Scotland, right? So we decided we're going to get married in Cyprus. I thought, right, doesn't matter, I'm still going to gain. So I gained all the way to November 2018. And I decided, nah, fuck this. I'm getting married. I'm getting absolutely shredded. So I dieted from then till April 2019. And this is what I got, the condition I got like for my wedding. It was decent, to be fair. That was probably the best and most successful diet I did. It was 19 weeks. Food never got below 2,100. There was never any cardio in, which was pretty self-sustainable. I was only coaching at this point, so I started doing that. I had a good understanding of fitness, nutrition, calories, macros, how micronutrition works, etc. So I was pretty good in that. I just never really had much muscle. So I got pretty lean from my standards. I wasn't show lean, but as leaner than I am just now. Went on holiday with my mates and my wife and got married, and it was great. And at the end of my wedding, that brings us on to the next part. So I'm going to take you through that, but I need to go to the shop. So I'll maybe take you with me in the car and take you through that bit there. So I'll see you in the next segment. What's happening? Right, we've got the shop. It's currently 5 to 2 in the afternoon, so I've had 2 meals, 2 creamy rice meals by the way. One with red velvet and one with millionaire shortcake. One with cherries, one with blueberries and raspberries, and both with whey. So both kind of the same meal. It's just a Sunday. I like having the 2 meals in the morning earlier. So my next meals are going to be chicken, potatoes and vegetables with an apple, and then I'm going to have a protein pancake with some blueberries and some cashew butter later on tonight. So where do we get to anyway? Transformation. So the next part of the transformation was, obviously, we got lean for my wedding. Decided, fuck it, I'm going to start competing. So I started to take it really seriously. I went in a long gaining phase, pop up some photos at the side. So I went on, that would have been April 2019. So I pushed myself, coached myself up until June 2020 actually, believe it or not. So I pushed through my first phase from April 2019 until about November 2020. That's when I joined the dark side. And then from there we did it. I coached myself, trained myself, kind of still kept gaining myself until May 2020. Weird story, right? So I had a holiday booked to Vegas, Vegas and LA. We were going to go on some road trip, and essentially I got cancelled due to the coronavirus because that fucked us. And because we had so much spare money, that's when I decided, right, I'm going to invest in a coach. I need a coach to deal with this. And that's how me and Joe came to meet. So if it wasn't for the coronavirus, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Well, I would be here, but I'd just still be a police officer and be bored at my tits. So anyway, went with Joe, and I shit you not, it was the most productive 8 to 9 months I've ever had in my life. Like, I actually gained more in that time than I think I've gained in the last 3 years. Just learning from him, being mentored by him, and just understanding the principles of hypertrophy, proper nutrition, proper training. I always have followed like that, kind of trained by JP, top set, back offset, split. Realised I loved it, but it probably wasn't built for me. My body wasn't as responsive to it. So with Joe, we changed it up a bit. We did go some reps in reserve. We did take a lot of sets to failure. We did do some reps in reserve work, etc. But yeah, it fucking worked dramatically. And this is where I ended up at the end of my off season. Then I started prep in January. And yeah, January to now, I've just been dieting. So it is obviously to Today is the 28th of March, I think. Yeah, the 28th of March. So 11 weeks, 12 weeks into prep, and that's my transformation. So it's not been too long. It's essentially the fundamentals: eat enough food, eat enough protein, train properly, sleep properly, and you can make massive changes. Everyone's got different genetics. I wouldn't say I'm genetically elite at all. In fact, I'm definitely not in the upper body. I've got good genetics in my lower body, but my upper body struggles. But I've managed to grow quite a lot in that. So that brings us to where we are just now. Currently 11 weeks out from my show. So that's my transformation. I'm going to take you through the rest of the day since you're here anyway. So I need to go get petrol because I actually think my car's going to die. And we'll get some shopping. I'll take you through my next meal and I'll take you through my final meal. And yeah, I might take you through my sleep supplements as well. A lot of people ask about the supplements I take. Yo, just been at the shop. I better jump into something that I'm eating because I don't want to miss it. So I'm eating this going up the road because I'm hungry. Just an apple. Only one type of apple you get ever. Pink ladies. It's the only acceptable type of apple. Gala okay, but nothing else but pink lady. But anyway. It's fucking good. Right. Up the road. Work. Editing one of Joe's videos. And then Jessica might get out of bed because she was night shift last night, so you might see her. Yo, so final bit of the video. I missed meal free. I didn't miss it, but I forgot to take you to meal free. So meal free essentially was potatoes, chicken, peppers, tomato and courgette. So last meal of the day before I finish up, so I'm just going to quickly show you. So protein pancakes, the bulk powders, they're about the only ones that are actually half decent, to be fair. 50 gram of blueberries that will go in it, and finish it off with some cashew butter. So I'll quickly show you when it's done. Right, so final meal of the night. 80 grams of protein pancakes, 50 grams of blueberries that are cooked in, and 25 grams of cashew butter. I'm going to fold that over a calzone, and I'm just going to have. Anyway, that's my transformation. That's half of my full day eating on a rest day. Cheers for watching. If you could like and subscribe the video, it'd be much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.